Hello YouTube and welcome back to Platypus Plays Hexxit. You might notice some things are a bit different since the last episode. I did actually record a bunch of stuff, recorded myself building this house over there and going on a little bit of a mining trip, and I was gonna, play some of that stuff back as kind of a montage with some silly music in the background. But unfortunately, Minecraft crashed towards the end of the recording, and it corrupted the my recorded video file. So I have the audio, but that really wasn't all interesting because it was a lot of just kind of me talking to myself and humming because I figured I would be just playing it back at a sped up pace. So unfortunately, that's pretty much gone, but I'll take you through a tour of what we did and then get going on what I have planned for today. So you can still see the Hoy there in the background. It's pretty as always. And there's the Tale of Kingship starter town. In the last episode we talked to the Guildmaster, if you remember him, and he gave us a quest. The quest was to kill 14 skeletons. I have killed 8 so far. But it seems like my path to kingship is quite full already, so I'm not sure what's going to happen once I fill that up. I hope it's not what I think it is, because that's just going to make a big mess. And I just built this house, and I don't want to destroy it again. You can see my gold. I've killed a fair amount of mobs, but still have very little gold, only just under 500. So a diamond chest plate for 9,000 gold. That's a heck of a lot of money. So we're not gonna get that anytime soon, but hey, because it's Hexxit, diamonds are dirt cheap, and I've been able to get a diamond chest piece already anyways. So this is the house I made. The wood on the roof and the floors are redwood trees, which are those big guys over there, and then oak for the support and beech in between. You can see we've got some obsidian pressure plates here, so mobs won't set those off. It's nice. Tool racks and armor stands. These are from Bibliocraft. They work quite nicely. Just, I can come in, throw my armor over there, throw my tools on the rack, and go to sleep after a long day of adventuring. I like this view out of this little bedroom area here. It's nice. I've organized these chests for things that I think I'm going to have most commonly. I have solids, gems, ores, dust. This is some of the stuff that I collected during the mining trip. Fair bit of lapis, which is good because I'm going to need some of that this episode. I got some more metals. I've got food chest, some mob drops, including not enough wool for another Hoy, but I can go steal some, I guess. A bunch of plant stuff, crafted items, some mob items. These meteor chips underground, we came across some meteor chunks, and those are from a mod that's called, I think it's the Falling Meteors mod. And the most important thing you want to do with those, as soon as you get them, is craft one of these, which is called a meteorite shield, I think. I'll show you the recipe for that. So a 3 meteorite, it's relatively cheap, but what it does is it prevents meteorites from basically destroying a certain area around the shield. I can't remember exactly how big it is. And that's important because these meteors can cause a huge amount of damage. So I've put one here, I put one in the town, and I've put several around there, around the Tale of Kingship guild there. So to make sure that it doesn't get destroyed by any falling meteors, because that would just be awful. Although you can rebuild it, but yeah, I don't want to risk it. I don't know how glitchy it would get. We also built this Tinkerer's Construct little area around back here. I kind of like it. It looks kind of neat. This forge here is basically the main tool you're going to need when working with Tinkerer's Construct. It's fueled by lava, and there's a relatively ready source of lava somewhere on the map there. There, I got some lava from up there. Um, and yeah, you can basically, use it to smelt down the metals and create casts and shape the metals to whatever shape you want. So, the first thing we need to do is at the end of the last episode, I built these uh, pieces, which are in the first manual, the first manual that you get with the model. I think it's called Materials New or something like that. I'll just bring up the recipes here quickly if I can. No, that button is bound to something else. Okay, well, they're very easy. The recipes are in, uh, you know, uh, one of these books, not that one. That one? Yes, this one. Recipes. There we go. So you make these stencils, and you use a stencil to make a stencil table, part crafter, pattern chest, tool station. I don't have enough metal yet, I don't think, for a tool forge. That'll be next. You can recraft these books using that. There you go. So, but I know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to, how do I... I don't shift click, I just right click. Put them on a nice bibliocraft desk here. Okay, so we'll put this down. Tool station will go at the end. Stencil table, part builder, and pattern chest. Alright, so the pattern chest you put next to the part builder, and you can use it as an inventory to hold the stencils. So the first thing I want to do actually is create a rapier. So rapier, a crossbar. Crossbar, thank you. So tool rod, and I need a tool binding, and that'll be the last thing I need, I think. Tough tool binding, no, just a regular tool binding, I think. Tool binding, yes. So we have all that. The next step, if you're going to use any of the more advanced metals, you have to create a part out of something solid first. In this case, I'm going to use stone. So I'll use stone to get a stone rod. I'll use this chunk to get a stone binding. And then I need a sword blade and a crossbar. Okay. And we've got an extra chunk there. Then what you do is you put these pieces on this table here. I can't remember what this part is called. And you need some metals, of course. So let's grab some of those first. Copper. 3 aluminum and 1 copper. Three aluminum, 1 copper. So just waiting for that one to go. That copper. See, all the metals have different melting points. So the aluminum, as in real life, the aluminum has a very low melting temperature, and we're just waiting for the copper. Molten aluminum, and there we go. So it's mixed now. The tooltip should show, oh, only 4 ingots. That's too bad, I thought doubled it. Oh well. Let's make a pickaxe head. Make a stone binding, or a crossbar. Not, what's it called? Yeah, tool binding. Tool binding. Done that, done that. We do a crossbar. And I'll grab some more metals here. 1, 2, 3. And 1. Boop, boop. that. And the last one is the tool rod. Something that I like doing that I think is definitely worthwhile is using slimes as handles. Let's see, where's that in the book? Materials, I think. So, in this book we have descriptions of all the different materials you can use to make things out of, and they all have different modifiers. So, generally, for things like pickaxes and swords, you want to look at the durability as well as the handle modifier and um, the base attack level, right? For the handle and the any kind of binding, it doesn't matter so much what the base attack is because that's not the thing that's doing the attacking. It's just the head part. So that doesn't factor into it at all as far as I know, but that whole tool will inherit whatever materials, whatever abilities the materials have, and that's important. So, see for instance, reinforced gives a 10% chance of not using durability. Stonebound is great um, for mining tools because as the tool wears out, it mines faster. Jagged is good for weapons, obviously, and writable is really good because you can add extra modifiers to it at the end. Also note that each material has a certain level that it can mine to. So for stone, stone can only mine up to iron. Iron can only mine up to redstone. Although that includes iron or diamonds in that as well, I believe. Obsidian can mine obsidian, though I don't like to use obsidian just because it's very slow and it doesn't really provide very much except that the reinforced level 3, which is kind of useful sometimes. Um, yeah, I mean you have a ton of options for creating these tools, but most of them I don't know why anyone would ever use. The blue slime, you see the blue slime and especially green slime, like green slimes are so rare, but look at this, they've got the durability of 500 and a modifier of 1.5. So they modify the durability of the rest of the um, components of the tool by 1.5, which is amazing, and 2 for green slime, so it's even better. So that's why it's really great making handles or bindings out of slimes. So we're gonna create some blue slime crystals, I think, for this. Um, Alternatively, I'm trying to think what else I could use. So this is how you make them: 4 slime balls, some sand and some dirt, pretty easy, and then you cook that. You can make the rod or the binding out of paper, which allows you to add an extra modifier. All the tools come with 3 possible additional modifiers in addition to these material abilities. Um, and then there's also cobalt, ardite. These are 2 nether ores, and you smelt those 2 together and you get manilium. And manilium has the highest durability. It has the highest attack, base attack at 2. And I don't think anything else tops that. So I'm gonna make my first pickaxe and weapon out of steel because it's the second highest pretty much that you can get, and it's quite easy to make. And so now these are the extra modifiers you can add to the weapons. You can see adding a diamond to any pickaxe, even if it's made out of paper, will allow you to mine up to level 3, which is obsidian. As well as adding 500 extra durability points. An emerald adds 50% more durability, so if you want a heck of a lot more durability, you can add a diamond to an item and then the emerald, because it'll add the extra 50% on top of the plus 500 that you already had. So adding redstone makes it mine faster. This is the auto repair ability, which is really great. The tool automatically repairs itself. None of the Tinkerer's construct tools can ever be destroyed 100%. You can always repair them even if they're down to 0 durability, but this lets it do it by itself, so I always put this on everything that I use because it's fantastic. Auto smelt, pretty self-explanatory. I don't use it very often. This is how you make the ball of moss and the auto smelting enchanter thing. Luck. Now this is the most important thing, and you go through a ton of lapis doing this, but it adds fortune and looting to whatever tools you add it on. So that is going to be very important. Sharpness is obviously needed for weapons, but you have to go to the nether because you got to use nether cores for that. Fiery, again, if you need some blaze powder for that, but that's really good on weapons. Necrotic is a life stealing. Silky adds silk touch, which can be useful in some instances. That's how you make those. Reinforced, this adds, you add one of these plates, which is something you craft, to the tool, and it makes it have the reinforced trait. That's knockback, you add a piston to it. I think that's kind of funny. Beheading, this increases the chance of the mob dropping their head, and is especially useful for obviously gathering wither skeleton heads when you want to summon the wither. Bane of arthropods, smite, electric doesn't apply, and then you can add an extra modifier using a diamond and a gold block and a nether star. So, that was a very long-winded explanation. Took up way more time than I was planning on doing, but, well, it's gotta be done. So, let's put the books back. And we've got everything that I want right now. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to make some more stencils, I think, yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna cut here, YouTube, and come back when I start actually producing the tools. I'm just waiting for the 2 pieces of steel here to melt. As you can see, I've crafted some slime bindings and some stone tool rods. So together with the steel, these will have reinforced 2 and stone bound 1, I think, from the stone rods. And then we'll be able to add a couple more enchants in the form of lapis and other stuff. So there we go. We have everything. Let's just drop these off, put the book back, and bring it to the tool station. Okay. So the pickaxe has a total durability of, that's actually relatively low, 378. But it doesn't matter, as we're going to put a bunch of enchants on it. Binding speed 8, I don't know if that's fast or slow, but we'll put redstone on it anyways. So I'm wondering, does it... Oh, there we go. So it has reinforced 2 and stone bound. Okay, and the rapier. There we go. Okay, so now it's time to trick these weapons out. I'm going to put all of the lapis on the pickaxe. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need 2 of them. And what else can I add to these? I don't think I really have anything else that I can add at this point, so I'll have to go to the nether before I can get some nether quartz. Oh, no, that's not how you make lapis bricks. That's how you can add the items times faster. Oh, you know what? I should do the same with the redstone bricks, actually. And then we just gotta do this. So you can see 99 out of 450, so 450 lapis. It's a lot of lapis. So there's only luck 1 on there right now. And... oh, okay. I guess you can't increase speed. That's too bad. I thought you could. Well, okay, I guess I can increase the mining speed then. You already done? Yeah, looks like you're done already. Okay, so you can have 5 more. Five. There we go. So you're as fast as you're gonna get. Oh, and I want to put a diamond on you as well to increase your durability. Oh, that's what I needed. That's the other thing I wanted to build as well. Is the auto repair. Auto repair is going to be very important. And for that, I need some of this. I need to put it here. May as well make a bunch of them. I'm going to be using them. And eat a carrot. Nothing yet. Oh, right, I don't have to cook it. Silly me. Ah. Okay. A rapier, and thank you. Okay. Anyways, so that is a bit of an introduction to Tinker's constructs. There wasn't a lot of action this episode, but... oh, there we go. So that was 1 tick of durability that was repaired just there. I will put this sword away because I really didn't like that sword at all. That's a big sword, I think, not a giant sword. And it only does like 5 hearts of damage. And the special attack, it has a small area of effect attack. You know, I'll show you guys right now. See, it does a little boom, but it really does not do enough damage to justify the amount of diamonds that I spent on it, which actually was only 2, so it's not that big of a deal. But overall, disappointing. Okay, that's gonna be probably it for this episode. So we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into next time. I think next time, off camera, I'm going to do a little bit more tool crafting. I'll make some shovels and axes and stuff. And then next time, I think we're going to go and continue adventuring. We're going to continue on our path to Kingship. Looks like we're quite close to Kingship already, which is exciting. And that brings us 1 step closer to... that's funny. The last tool on my back was a tool I didn't even have in my inventory anymore. Let's see if I can see this from the front. Yeah, that's not exactly how you hold a rapier, but that's okay. Anyways, as I was saying, for the next episode, we're going to hopefully do a little bit more adventuring and complete our path to Kingship so we can start our own town. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We can raise an army, outfit them with the latest and greatest weapons and technology. Well, weapons and medieval technology, I suppose. And take on the evil Reficule or Reficule or however you're supposed to pronounce that. It's a bit of an odd one to pronounce. Don't be mad at me, Steve. Don't be mad. I know. It'll be okay. Anyways, stay tuned for episode 3. Take care.